In this video, we're going to show how to get a complex monument design to be fillable so that we can add granite fills to it. If I click on this, you'll notice that it is one curve. So I'm going to first break it apart. That way we can get to the individual curves. You can see now down here that there are 18 objects. Now that it's broken apart, we can look at the objects and see where we need to fix things. An easy way to see where all of these objects are open is to just select it all and up here hit Find Open Shapes. And what it does is it will highlight anything that's open in red or give it a red outline. And then wherever it is open, it will give us these endpoints here. So we can see all of these different areas where it's open. In order for it to fill, all of those things have to be closed. Now this particular one, this piece here is not connected right here. It's actually connecting at a 90-degree angle right here in the corner. So what we would want to do is break this node apart. Even though we've broken the node apart, it is still considered a single curve, so we'd have to break the curve apart too. That will let us get to the individual lines. So we'll do the same thing for this side over here. We're going to right click on this node and break it apart, and then we'll break apart that curve so that we can get to those individual pieces. Because what we really want is we want this, this, and this to all be combined together. And then these nodes, I'll just hit J to join those. Do the same thing over on this side. We're going to combine them together first, and then select them and hit J. This node we really don't need, so we can delete that one. Double clicking it will delete it. And then we want the rest of this all to be combined as well. So we'll grab these pieces, shift select them all, combine them together. Same thing here, grab these pieces, combine those together. And last, if we combine the bottom together. So if I move this out of the way, you'll see that we now have all of those pieces combined. However, it's still not fillable because there are still holes. And so we'll come back to where there's holes and just hit J on the keyboard to join, selecting both nodes. Now because we had all of those pieces selected, we could, instead of manually joining it, I'll just back up here a couple steps. So all of these places that are closed, because it's all selected at the same time, we could use join curves. And choosing one of these options, we could select apply, and that will join all of them at the same time, which is actually faster. Now that it is all joined and there are no open nodes, we can fill it in with polish, and then we would right click up here to get rid of that red outline. So now we need to do the same thing for these pieces. However, if we look at this, we've got a line there, and then we've got these inside flutes. So we'd have to draw another line that matches this one exactly. The easiest way to do that is if we just combine these two lines, join it at the corner, and we just want to make sure that these lines extend beyond the edges. We don't want it to be anywhere to the left of that stone or anywhere above that portion. We need it to overlap a little bit. And then all we have to do is grab Smart Fill tool. And with Smart Fill, we can click in here and it will create a new object for us that has everything that we need. So we can really just keep this object and delete all the stuff we don't need. It's going to be mirrored, so I'll get rid of that one. We can get rid of all those lines, and we can get rid of our original. So now we have this to begin with. Then we can select that and tell it to be frosted. Right click to get rid of the outline. And then for the flutes, we can do the same thing. We're just going to Smart Fill, but this time we're going to Smart Fill each of them. And if we select all of them at the same time, we can combine them together so that they're one object instead of three. This will actually create double cuts here if we're trying to cut the flutes out. So if we want to, we can get rid of these lines. If we turn these to lines instead of curves, and we can get rid of those. Now we have the flutes, the frosted area, the polished area, and this one we'll just grab it and mirror it to the other side. And we've got it on both sides.